is Regina from Diary of a Psychic Healer, and today we are going to be connecting with Archangel Raziel, who's the angel of intuition, astrology, and mysticism in general. So I'm going to wait for people to show up and a few minutes, and we're going to talk a little bit about what Archangel Raziel does, and we're going to do a meditation to connect with him. So if you've read my book, Chakra Healing Magick, we talk about the aura, the chakras, and the 4 elements of fire, air, earth, and water, and how they relate to the aura and to our personalities. Hi Dipti, so nice to see you. In the book, in Chakra Healing and Magick, I talk a lot about tarot, or a little bit about tarot, and I recommend a specific deck, which I really like and that we're going to be working with today. It's in Spanish here, but if you look it up in English, it's called Wizard's Tarot by Corinne Kenner. I really, really, really love the book, and I love the cards, and I would recommend them very enthusiastically without having any kind of association or sponsorship or partnership with them. As we go forward, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about why I like this deck, but basically it works with tarot, and it explains in a very clear way how tarot connects to the elements, to astrology, to the Tree of Life in Kabbalah, which I'm going to be covering in a couple of weeks. And the really magical thing is it reminds me of the school where I studied in London, which I've told you about before. It's called the College of Psychic Studies, and that's where I studied astrology, tarot, angels, and psychic development. The concept for this tarot deck, Wizard's Tarot by Corinne Kenner, is that we're a school in like a Hogwarts type of situation, and tarot cards are divided into major arcana, which are archetypes, 22 cards that each teach us something really big in our lives, and also minor arcana, which are the rest of the cards relating to the 4 suits of fire, air, earth, and water. And in this particular deck, each of the archetypes or figures that's involved in the major arcana, which are the big lessons that we learn in our life, they're all teachers of different subjects in a magic school. So say, for example, if you pull the card for the Empress, the traditional meaning of the Empress will apply, which is about fertility, abundance, and being able to manifest all of the resources that we need to live our lives. But in the book, Corinne Kenner also goes into herbalism, flowers, lavender, different types of herbal medicine, I guess, that you could say that we could connect with to heal ourselves. The Hanged Man talks about runes. The Emperor talks about crystals. So there's really a lot that we can learn and experiment and play with this deck, which is called Wizard's Tarot by Corinne Kenner. It's no surprise that today we're connecting with Archangel Raziel, who's an angel that's traditionally associated with mysticism, with Kabbalah, with astrology, and I would say with personal alchemy, because the idea is to connect with all of these elements, the 4 elements, the runes, the cards, the crystals, to transform ourselves and become like the best version of ourselves that we can be. So there's quite a few people joining today. If you'd like to drop a comment, tell us where you're connecting from. I'm going to be diving into the guided meditation to connect with Archangel Raziel first, and at the end I'm going to pull 3 cards. So I would recommend that right now you think number 1, 2, or 3, and at the end of the meditation you'll see what came up for you. Okay, so wonderful. If you'd like to sit down, hi Rosalie, hi everyone, and we're going to start with this meditation. I'm aiming for about 20 minutes, but I don't have a clock in front of me. So it might go a little bit longer or a little bit shorter. If you have to go, don't worry, the video will be recorded here and you can come back and listen to it tomorrow. So please make sure that you're sitting down with your feet flat on the ground, your back straight. These types of meditations, we connect with the energy in the earth and bring it up through our legs. So it's very important to have this straight posture and to have your roots going into the earth out of the bottoms of your feet, which is a visualization that we'll start in a minute. I'm going to take off my starry scarf because it's a little bit warm, and we'll go ahead and get started. If anyone has a question, please go ahead and drop it in there, and off we go. So we're going to begin this meditation with Archangel Raziel. And as always, we connect with Archangel Michael and the angel that we're interested in connecting with. Michael is a wonderful angel because he helps us ground our energy, clear our space, and let go of the stress of the day so that our intuition can come through clearly and easily without too many distractions or without hang-ups from our to-do list and any upsets that we might have had. Always connect with Archangel Michael first, as discussed in my book, Chakra Healing Magick, and then we invite the second angel to approach us. So if you'd like to sit down, close your eyes and relax. Today we're going to visualize a very brilliant white light that comes down from above. You're going to imagine the room around you, exactly where you're sitting. You're going to see and feel as this shower or wave of white light flows in through the ceiling. It goes down the walls, the curtains, the furniture. And it starts to rinse all of the space around you. You take a few deep breaths. And you start to feel as this shower of white light goes down your body, through your hair, your shoulders, your back, your legs. And it goes into the ground. This shower of light helps us by clearing the energy in the room, which includes experiences we've had there, any conversations with other people. And we're going to see and feel as it starts to create a sphere of blue, purple, and starlight around us. This blue light starts to shine through your heart chakra in the middle of your chest. And from your heart chakra, it starts to spread, going up and down through your spinal column. With every breath you take, it starts to spread through more and more cells in your physical body, filling your hips, your thighs, your calves, your ankles. And some of that blue light goes out of the bottom of your feet into the ground. You bring your attention back to your heart chakra. You're going to start to see and feel as a column of blue light comes down from above, running through your aura from top to bottom. And that column starts to expand. You take your attention first down to the center of the earth. You're going to visualize a bright blue, purple, or green crystal. You're going to touch it with your attention and with your energy. And as you do so, two long beams of light shoot down out of the bottoms of your feet, down through your legs, towards that crystal. And you feel yourself being anchored very gently in that crystal. You connect with that energy. It might be a green fluorite, a blue lapis lazuli, or a purple amethyst. You're going to see and feel as that crystalline energy rushes up from the center of the earth, crossing miles and miles of earth, of dirt, of rock, of lava, until it enters through the bottoms of your feet, flows up through your legs, up your thighs. It starts to rinse the bottom of your spine, where your root chakra is. And with a very deep breath, you release any stress and tension from that energy center at the bottom of your spine, the red root chakra. You take another deep breath. You're going to let that crystalline energy continue to travel all the way up to your heart chakra in the middle of your chest, connecting with that ray of blue light that was already there. And you feel as it starts to rinse and release any emotions, any tension, any frustrations that may have been the result of day-to-day interactions. And you send that energy to the bottom of the earth, or the center of the earth, where a beautiful big bonfire transmutes and burns it. You now take your attention up from your heart chakra, through your crown chakra, and up into the atmosphere. You're going to connect with the highest source of light that you can energetically channel at this moment. So we set the intention to connect with the purest and most loving source of light in the universe. You're going to see and feel as a ray of white light flows down, flowing and flying past billions of stars, galaxies, on its way to our solar system. It passes Pluto, Neptune, Uranus, Saturn, Jupiter, and all of the planets on its way to the center of the solar system, swooping around the sun, and then back out again towards the earth. And it captured that sunlight and it's bringing it towards you. And it's going to approach you very gently. You're going to see and feel as it touches the top of your aura and continues to travel down very gently, entering through the top of your head, the crown chakra. It flows down through your forehead, behind your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your throat. It connects with your heart chakra, illuminating your heart, and it continues to travel down. You're going to see and feel today as this ray of sunlight and universal light activates your bottom 3 chakras, which are the manifesting chakras. But first it's going to flow down through your legs to that crystal in the center of the earth. And then you bring your attention back up to your physical body. You focus on your root chakra or base chakra at the bottom of the spine. And this is a brilliant red disc, and today you're going to see it opening it up like it's a flower. That universal light and sunlight rinses that flower, releases any dust, any particles. And when we rinse the root chakra, we're releasing conditioning from our surroundings, from our families, from our communities, so that we can open our eyes to all of the possibilities that the world has for us. You visualize this red light or this red flower. You're going to let it expand as far as is comfortable for you. And next you bring your attention up to the sacral chakra, which we're going to see and feel as an orange flower under your belly button, front and back. So back of your spine and on the front. And here we're going to visualize that universal light turn to liquid, like electric blue water. And it's going to flow through your sacral chakra, through your hips, through your abdomen, through your belly. And it's going to rinse away emotions, frustrations, anything that we have an unhealthy attachment to, and any power struggles that we may have had as children with our parents and with authority figures, and also with others that we're intimately connected to in our adult lives. You take a deep breath and feel the energy of water flowing through your sacral chakra. This flower, this orange flower, starts to grow, becoming more vivid, and it starts to spin. The petals begin to open up, and it starts to radiate light. When you're ready, you're going to bring your attention up now to your solar plexus chakra in the upper part of your abdomen, just where the rib cages meet. And with your eyes completely closed, you're going to visualize a very brilliant yellow sun behind you. That's part of your energy field. And this energy, this light, this star that's yours, shines through your solar plexus chakra. And it starts to fill your whole aura with light. And this energy center is where we hold our sense of self, our confidence, our sense of happiness, power, and our ability to manifest things or magnetize our dreams. You're going to feel the energy of joy flowing through this energy center. We're going to start to work more and more with the sacral chakra, where we have emotions, and with the solar plexus, where we have our sense of self, our sense of power and possibility, so that we can start to distinguish them and know that even if we're having a rough time emotionally, we could still let that light shine through the solar plexus chakra and cheer us up on a day-to-day basis. And finally, we bring our attention to the heart chakra. This is the center of love, the bridge between heaven and earth, and also the energy center through which we give and receive with the most ease in our lives. And today you're going to see it flower with a beautiful violet color. And this purple or violet color is going to help us connect with Archangel Raziel and with the higher levels of the energy realms and bring them down to the earth. So you're going to start to see a mix of pink, purple, and violet flowing through your heart chakra. And with this, you feel your chest expand. You sit a little bit taller. And that violet energy is going to start to travel up and down your spinal column. And when it flows through the bottom chakras, the manifesting chakras, you're going to see and feel them ping, yellow in the solar plexus, orange in the sacral chakra, and red in the root chakra. And when it flows upwards, which we're not quite there yet, it's going to alternate between white and violet. But for now, we're still focusing our attention on the heart, the solar plexus, the sacral, and the root. You bring your attention to your legs, and you start to see this energy circle through your legs, up your left leg, across your sacral chakra, and your root chakra down the right into the ground. And this helps to ground you more and more, which is really important when we connect with Archangel Raziel, because he's one of the starry up in the stratosphere angels. We're calling on Archangel Michael and asking for him to ground us. And next we're going to bring a ray of purple or violet light down from the heavens, from that beautiful source of light. it's going to flow through your crown chakra, which you're going to visualize as a violet flower on top of your head, and it can open or not open. You can leave it however it feels comfortable to you. That light flows through your brow chakra, which is an indigo flower on your forehead, and another one on the back of your head. It flows through your throat, and we're going to see a light blue flower here, front and back, and this one's going to open very gently so that we can listen to the angels. And that energy continues down to your heart chakra, where it anchors and connects to the blue light and the violet light that was already there. You're going to take stock of your physical body and see how you feel. You're going to feel this energy and these colors streaming through you, top down, releasing very gently anything that needs to go from your mental aura layer, your emotional aura layer, or your physical aura layer, which is where we hold thoughts, beliefs, emotions, and also physical sensations. And finally, you're going to activate your spiritual aura layer, which is the outermost layer of your aura, and it filters all the way through to your physical body. And today you're going to see it as a purple and blue universe that's dotted with silver stars. Our intuition has been fully activated, and we're going to call on Archangel Raziel and ask him to approach us. He's been working with us all along, but now I'm going to give you 2 or 3 minutes to just sit and listen to your breathing, paying attention to how you feel. And any thoughts, physical sensations, or even songs that come to mind are part of the message from Raziel. We're going to ask him to approach you and to place his hands on your feet, which will help to ground you a little bit more so that you can feel his energy with more clarity. You may feel physical sensations like tingling, like heat, like cold, or maybe a little bit of heaviness. And Archangel Michael is helping a lot here too. We're going to ask one of these 2 angels, Michael or Raziel, to stand behind us and to very gently place their hands on our shoulders. Either on your shoulders, which is an energy healing position, or on top of your crown chakra very gently, which is where we place our hands to give Reiki. You're going to close your eyes. Just pay attention to the sensations. There are 7 aspects to our intuition. Each of them relates to different chakras, so depending on which one is more awake for you, you may get a different set of sensations. You can get physical sensations, which is feeling the presence of the angels around you as warmth, as cold, as tingles or electricity, or maybe feeling them actually touch you, which is pretty cool. The emotional intuition has more to do with feeling love, feeling happiness, feeling hope. If they're helping us heal and release an emotion like anxiety or sadness or frustration, you might feel that flowing through you, and it's how you release it. The solar plexus gives us that enthusiasm and that like gut feeling. So you might feel like a ray of light or joy flowing through you. The heart chakra is where we just know. It's what we classically call intuition. You don't know why you know something, but you just know they're there, or you receive a message and you don't know how you received it, but there it goes. And then the throat chakra is probably the most fun of all of the energy centers as far as intuition and psychic abilities go, because this is where we receive messages as sounds, as words, but we also get taste and smell. So you might smell flowers, you might smell the ocean, you might get the taste of your favorite pie or piece of chocolate, and The angels in like the spirit world often use taste and smell to anchor the message in whatever it's relevant for. So if we're being reminded about a memory with our parents or with our grandparents when we were little, we might get a flavor that reminds us of something that we used to have at Christmas or on Hanukkah. We might get a scent that reminds us of a particular place. And then the brow chakra, which is the one probably that most people are familiar with in terms of intuition, is where we get clairvoyance, which can be seeing the angels or seeing your spirit guides. We can get symbols, we can see flashes of color. I tend to see the angels as clouds of light, so it might be white or silver light mixed in with the light of that angel. And one of the funnest ways and very specific ways to work with clairvoyance is to connect with tarot cards, which we're going to talk about a little bit later. And when we get to know the meanings of the tarot cards, the angels in our intuition can pop them into our mind when they want to give us a message. They work through the subconscious, they work through our feelings, through our emotions, and it's a wonderful way of receiving messages. And then finally, there's a skill or ability called channeling, which basically is like energy or blocks of information flow in through your crown chakra and down through all of the other chakras, and then we kind of just like receive information and we can start talking or writing or drawing. And depending on which of our other chakras are open and activated, we might receive that information from the brow and interpret it as a visual in the third eye, as music in the throat chakra, a gut feeling in the solar plexus, or emotions in the sacral. So I'm going to try and be quiet for 30 seconds to give you a chance to feel Archangel Raziel. There are so many ways that you can perceive his energy. And just ask him what he wants to help you with and how you can connect with him and with Archangel Michael to heal and release any blocks that will allow you to move forward in that part of your lives. You can ask them to turn up the volume or to turn it down if the sensation is too strong or not strong enough. We take another deep breath. Now we're going to start to visualize the sun and the moon around us. You're going to let those rays of light, silver light from the moon and gold light from the sun, stream through your energy field, clearing your emotional body and your intuitive body with moonlight, and then strengthening and activating the part of you that's more into leadership, into taking action, into building your confidence and taking a chance with the sunlight. You're going to get a sense for which of these two rays is stronger in your energy field right now, the intuitive side or the active side. You're going to connect with Archangel Raziel and Archangel Michael, seeing and feeling as those rays of light or streams of energy start to adjust, running through your energy fields. And it can be top down or in, out, wherever you feel that they flow in you, so that they become a little bit more balanced. Because we need our intuition, but we also need to be able to take action and to push through obstacles. You're going to start to see and feel as both of these energies stream up and down through your spinal column, through all of your chakras. They come together in your heart chakra. They overflow from your heart to your shoulders and go down your arms out the palms of your hands. And if there's a particular area in your body that feels a little bit tense or stuck, you can place your hand there and just fill it with starlight, moonlight, and sunlight. We're going to take a deep breath. And when you want to try this meditation again, feel free and come back and listen to it on my Facebook page, or just sit in silence with Archangel Raziel. Ground yourself, attuned to divine light, and feel that silver light, gold light, and moonlight streaming through you. Today you're going to imagine that that light flows out from your heart chakra towards your future, through all of your relationships, through all of your plans, and also through any fears or insecurities that you might have. You're going to see and feel as it starts to move a little bit quicker, and it starts to pave the way for you to be able to flow with happiness, with purpose, and with confidence throughout this coming year and into the future. We're going to ask Raziel to massage the back of your head very gently, the back of your third eye, so that you can release any ideas or thoughts that might have been filled with regret, with doubt, or with worry. And Archangel Michael fills your entire aura with gold and blue light, clearing, releasing, and helping you to let go of everything that needs to go, especially on a mental level, which is beliefs, thoughts, and opinions, and on an emotional level, which is where we have reactions to people and to situations that might be based on previous experiences and situations in the past that really don't need to repeat themselves in the future. And finally, you're going to imagine a beautiful blue box in front of you. It's dotted with stars. You're going to imagine that you extend your hand and remove the top. And when you remove that top, a lot of butterflies fly out. Butterflies, stars, and anything else. You're going to pay attention to the colors that you're releasing. They fly away and they fly into the sunlight or into the moonlight, and they exit your life. This is everything that we're releasing, and it's not useful for us to burden ourselves with anymore. We thank the angels, especially Archangel Raziel. You're going to see and feel as one last shower of starlight flows through you. Raziel can come back whenever you need him. And the more you connect with him and with Michael, the more clear and precise your intuition will be. They both help us ground ourselves, open our chakras, work with the aura, and connect with messages that come from a soul and spirit level. Raziel is going to step away and let Michael guide us through the rest of the meditation and the closing down. So you're going to bring your attention back to your heart chakra. You're going to take 2 or 3 deep breaths, and any experiences, thoughts, sensations, or feelings that you may have had during this meditation, you're going to release them and send them to the center of the earth, where a really large bonfire receives and transmutes them. You don't need to hang on to that energy. The messages will still be there. We're going to take our attention now up through the universe to that beautiful source of white light and loving light. We're going to thank it and disconnect, knowing that we can come back in all of our meditations. You're going to see and feel as that white light flows through the universe towards you. This time it doesn't go around the sun, it comes straight to you. It comes in through your crown chakra. It goes down through your third eye, your throat, your heart, your solar plexus, your sacral chakra, under the belly button, down through your root chakra and down through your legs into the ground. We're going to bring our attention to each of the chakras and the flowers that are placed there, closing them one by one. So you're going to visualize a violet flower on top of your head, where the crown chakra is. You see and feel those flower petals closing. You bring your attention to your brow chakra and you see and feel that beautiful indigo flower closing front and back. You bring your attention to your throat chakra and you see that beautiful light blue flower front and back, and you let the petals close. You bring your attention down to your heart chakra, that violet and pink flower. You see and feel the petals close front and back. What all of this does is it desensitizes our intuition so that we're not completely open and receiving all of the information around us. And this is why it's very important to do it always, all the way down to the bottom. So we bring our attention down to the solar plexus and the upper abdomen. You're going to visualize a yellow flower front and back. The petals close, and then you place a really beautiful gold brilliant disc front and back. And you're going to lock it once, and you're the only person that can open this energy center. This keeps you full of light and radiating beautiful sunlight and happiness, but also protects your personal power so that you can make decisions based on what's right for you and not what other people want. For you and for your loved ones. Then we bring our attention down to the sacral chakra. You're going to imagine a orange flower front and back. See and feel the petals closing, and we're going to place an orange disc on the front and an orange disc on the back. And if you'd like to hear, you can also visualize a belt that's full of flowers and crystals, very light, not heavy at all. And when you're with somebody that's having a rough time and they need a little bit of love or care, you can give them one of those flowers instead of giving them your own energy, and this replenishes itself naturally. Then you bring your attention to your root chakra at the bottom of the spine, this brilliant red flower. We never close the root chakra because it keeps us connected to Mother Earth, and that helps ground and stress relief and does lots of wonderful things. But you're just going to imagine the flower drawing in a little bit closer, and you're going to surround it with white light to protect its energy. And then finally, we're going to bring our attention back to our aura. Your aura goes back to its normal size, which is an arm's length around you. And you're going to imagine that Archangel Michael and Archangel Raziel are there. You ask them to approach again. They're going to place a beautiful cloak on top of you. It can be red for energy and protection. It can be blue filled with stars, or it can be any other color that makes you feel secure, energized, and happy. So that's the meditation. I hope you guys liked it. I want to mention that the idea of placing a belt of flowers around your waist is one that I discovered in a book that I read maybe like 10 years ago, and I've been doing it ever since. It's by the author Carla McLaren. She has a book on the aura and the chakras, which is fantastic. But she has another one that's even better, I would say, that's called The Language of Your Emotions, What Your Feelings Are Trying to Tell You. And for me, it's been super helpful because it helps us connect to emotions like anger or jealousy or sadness or frustration that maybe are a little bit hard to talk about. And what she tells us is all of these emotions can have a functional state or a dysfunctional state, and it's understanding where we are and how we can connect with the message behind that emotion to get a grip on our lives and be able to flow with our emotions instead of being manipulated by emotions. So that's a fantastic book, and I've recommended it a couple times, so you might have seen it. It's a really big, thick book, and I think it's more developed for therapists that give sessions, but I found that it was useful to read for myself. So if you guys are there, do you want to go ahead and drop comments or questions? How did you feel during the meditation? And earlier, I mentioned that we could choose number 1, 2, or 3 for the 3 cards that we were going to be pulling. These are from The Wizard's Tarot by Corinne Kenner, which I talked about earlier. And if you're going to be following these meditations throughout the rest of the year, we're going to be doing a lot of chakra meditations, meditations with the elements, with the angels, with cards. There are so many wonderful decks, and I have a list on my blog that I could recommend, but this one in particular I really like because it describes astrology, tarot, and Kabbalah very well, and those are three things that we're going to be talking about. As far as Kabbalah, it's the Tree of Life. But back to the cards. Rosalie, glad you liked the meditation. So number 1 to come up was the moon. And this one relates to the energy of Pisces. Pisces is like dreams, intuition, a little bit of escapism also, and people that are very much into angels can sometimes have strong Pisces vibes, and that's why we need to ground ourselves and come back down to earth. In terms of Pisces energy, the planet Jupiter has just entered Pisces. It goes through Pisces every 12 years, and when we talk about astrology, the planets tend to be really strong, and we can connect with them in meditations when they're in their own signs or domiciles. And Jupiter has 2 signs that are its like traditional domiciles, Pisces and Sagittarius. The last time that Jupiter was in Pisces was when I moved to London 12 years ago. Completely unexpected move, and within a couple of months I discovered the College of Psychic Studies, which is where I learned to connect with angels, to read tarot cards, to read astrology charts. And when I was there, I also discovered another school for energy healing, which was also fantastic. Jupiter brings intuition, good luck, and personal growth. And we all have a chance to connect with Jupiter over the next year to activate our intuition, our spiritual growth, and also to bring that energy of like good luck and just kind of flowing through life into our lives. And the energy that we like latch onto or catch this year will be with us for the next 12 years. So looking forward to that. I will share a blog post in the comments on this video that talks more about how we can connect with Jupiter and like very practical exercises that we can do to activate that. So that's if you chose one, but I would say it goes for everyone this year because Jupiter is not going to be in Pisces again for another 12 years when it's done. The second card was the Empress. So this is about abundance, fruitfulness, and the energy of Venus. And here what we have on the cards is that image of like the cup opening and the butterflies or flowers flying away. Depending on what you saw in the meditation, the colors that you saw of butterflies like represented the energy of the chakras that needed the most clearing. So if you saw red, it was root chakra. If it was orange, sacral. Yellow, solar plexus. Green or pink is heart chakra. Light blue is throat. And brow is indigo. Crown chakra is violet. If you want to go into this in a little bit more detail, some of you may have my book, Chakra Healing Magick. It talks about meditation, energy healing, and also like creative techniques to clear out themes in our chakras to stimulate the chakras and to connect with your aura in a more conscious way. And it's kind of like clearing the pathways for that abundance to flow in our lives naturally, which is what the Empress is about, and being able to tap into like all of those possibilities that are already there, but often it's our own minds that keep us from seeing it. And finally, the last one is probably my favorite card, and it's the Sun. And pretty much here what we're doing is being encouraged to connect more with Archangel Michael so that we can awaken our confidence and shine our light very brightly into the world through all of your being, but a lot through your solar plexus, your sacral, and your root chakras, because those are the chakras that are more kind of like grounded in relationships, in interactions with other people. How we respond to people is often based on our past, on our sense of self. If someone has a chip on their shoulder, they might respond a little bit more aggressively than they need to. And they help us heal kind of like scars from the past so that we can approach the future in a healthier, more balanced way. So that's it for today. I hope you liked the meditation and you enjoyed connecting with archangels. Michael and Raziel. I never know what's going to happen in the meditations, and I tend to describe them as we go along. I have said this so many times in the past that I'm like planning on logging on more often to do meditations and energy healings. Like I was thinking earlier today, and I've been blogging for 12 years now, I think more than 500 blog posts, and there's like all of the theory that you could imagine on my blog, but where the changes really happen are in the energy healing sessions and in the meditations. So I'm going to be doing meditations a little bit more often, and I'm also starting to plan a class that integrates astrology with intuition and with energy healing, so that we can each take our natal chart like as a roadmap to heal our lives, together with the angels, because the angels also relate to the elements. So Michael is fire, Uriel is earth, Gabriel is water, and there's one that I'm missing, air. Completely gone, Raphael. My book, Chakra Healing Magick, has like the basis in terms of energy healing, aura healing, crystals, tarot, and then we're going to be linking that into the astrology part. I had planned on writing a book on astrology and healing, but when I got down to it, I really didn't think it was going to be understandable just as a book, and it's easier to talk about it. So my idea is to either do a Zoom class or like pre-recorded classes with chat sessions. I'm still working it out, but I'd love to connect with you either for the energy healing, the intuition, or the astrology part, and I'll be back on soon so that we can discuss it and see what works for everybody. So thank you so much, and stay in touch and feel free to drop me a comment if you have any questions. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Deepti, Donna, Rosalie, Brigitte, everyone who connected. Bye-bye.